Hey everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your. I'm back today with another exciting video, another success story. And today it's about one of my clients who changed her concept of self, recreated who she was within love and relationships, and then she had almost nearly instant manifestation with her SP. So pretty exciting and juicy. Before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the bell icon in the box below and you get notified every time that we post new videos. And you guys, I still have hypnosis audio recordings available on our website. And I have an exciting hypnosis workshop that is happening next month on January 15th called Get His Love and Adoration. So if you're looking for that, then this might help you because it actually applies to this video. So you guys, a little bit of backstory about my client is that really interestingly, which is sort of similar to a lot of my clients, she had known her SP, her specific person, for about 5 or 6 years. They had stereotypical patterns of him being hot and cold, her reacting, her going into chase and pursuit mode, her feeling anxious, and her feeling like she was doing all the work, which is what I've heard from a lot of my clients over the years. And excuse me, we really identified over multiple sessions that she had a reactive mode, if you call it, that she would go into, which was anxiety, fear, this isn't working, what am I doing, I'm alone, I'm lonely, which was reiterated this time of year around Christmas and New Year's. So if you're struggling this time of year, please know that a lot of people are also struggling because you tend to feel more lonely and feel more sense of lack around the holidays and around New Year's because we give these. I seem to have a frog in my throat. Let's not have that happen. Actually, let's cancel that intention. We seem to go more into lack because of the importance that society gives these holidays and gives these days. Just like I told her, if you happen to be having a single status right now in your 3D reality, please make sure that you're giving yourself the gift of making the best of whatever situation you happen to be in. So perhaps that could be buying yourself some gifts, doing something for yourself that's really special, putting yourself first. If you're a woman or a man, getting your hair done, getting your beard done, getting your nails done, things like that, that just promote self-care because then it promotes the energy and the thought space inside of you of taking care of yourself, which we all deserve. So if you're like this client, she was feeling pretty lonely and she was feeling like she would go into a desperate and needy mode, especially towards the end of the year. It also would really bother her that Valentine's Day is after January, so it's close to the first of the year, right? And then her birthday, a major birthday of hers, was also in the beginning of February. So just to throw in all those factors, it seemed to her that all of her circumstances and everything that was kind of creating in her 3D reality was going against her. Now, interestingly enough, when she really worked on herself and she worked on focusing on what she wanted, she manifested seeing her SP for Christmas Eve. Okay. So before we did all of this, she was feeling that way. And then I'll tell you about what happened once she manifested through it. So let me just get through to the success story. All right. So, dear Alexis, thank you so much for my help. And I am so excited to tell you that I have successfully manifested making dinner for my SP and spending it with him and his son. I stayed the night. We had a wonderful time and we even played video games the next day. What's so funny is that he actually made a joke that he thought he was going to be spending Christmas Day with me and my family. That was never part of the plan. So somehow my manifestation came through in an even bigger fashion than I had expected. I can't thank you so much for your help because once I worked on loving myself, accepting myself, and deciding what was happening in my reality with my SP, so important, you guys, that's what it actually manifested. I persisted when nothing was happening. I persisted when he was giving me hot and cold behavior. I persisted when it looked like we weren't even going to be spending Christmas together. What's also really interesting is that he happened to call me and tell me that I was coming over for Christmas Eve and that we had to spend the holiday together. So all of it came from him. All of it was from his point of view, his manifestation, like he was the one thinking the thoughts, where all along I had persisted in thoughts like you had guided me in the frontal lobe of my mind, which I guess reverberated on his mind, and then it happened in my reality. Thank you so much. I can't wait to tell you about our success story, about spending New Year's together, and then hopefully spending my birthday and Valentine's Day together too. Have a wonderful holiday. Bye. Thank you so much. Okay. Saving the confidential information. So you guys, look at this. So what we figured out together through talking and discussing her personal situation and her personal mind, because please remember that your subconscious mind, your subconscious blocks are unique and special to you. So that's why affirmations that she had been doing, that she had heard off of videos and she had been trying kind of willy-nilly, she was all over the place. She had maybe a list of like 20 to 30 affirmations or intentions, and that was overwhelming for her, and it really wasn't getting her what she wanted. What we had to do was figure out the anxiety and placate the anxiety with thoughts of feeling safe, feeling secure, being the operant power of her reality, because she would start to intend, she would start to manifest, and then about 2 weeks in, she'd react, she'd look at her phone, she would chase, she would pursue, she would do something. So instead, I guided her to develop awareness, like I had talked about in my last video. She developed awareness of her thoughts, awareness of her internal story. Now, funnily enough, when she did that, she realized that she had a lot of thoughts about lack. She was in the energy of lack within her about a lot of things, and also about her self-concept. So what's interesting is that she had actually made other plans for Christmas Eve, and she was thinking about spending it in another way that put her first and that had her on a heightened level and a heightened pedestal and a heightened self-concept with her girlfriends. So she decided to change things around once the SP decided in his thought mind, right, that he wanted her to come over and cook dinner and that they were going to spend Christmas Eve together. But up until that point, she had really been focusing on herself. She had been focusing on thoughts of self-acceptance, thoughts of self-love, thoughts that she was like the bomb.com, super hot, super sexy. And then it also reverberated into the SP, because remember that your reality is a creation of you. I'm going to say it one more time. Your reality is a creation of you, of your internal world pushed out. So that's how everyone is you pushed out works. You influence how everyone treats you. You influence how everyone communicates you. So in this instance, she really changed how she communicated with herself. And then she naturally thought the intentions and thoughts that she needed about the SP. There was no longer a block. She was no longer anxious. She was no longer desperate. So if you tend to go into worry, desperation, and fear, like I tell all of my one-on-one clients, it's probably not your true authentic self. You probably go into chase and pursuit mode out of anxiety, out of worry, out of fear, out of being in an inner state of lack that probably has nothing to do with your specific person, because your SP is just replicating outside of you other situations that you've had with your family, friends, relationships, men and women, depending on who you're attracted to, that have happened in the past, and it's getting projected onto him or her. It literally, from a subconscious perspective, has nothing to do with him or her, and has everything to do with you. So that's why when you change yourself, you change your outer reality, because your outer reality is a mirror of your subconscious beliefs about you, in this case, love and relationships, and then what you hold true to be about the SP. Okay. So just like this client, you guys, you can turn it around when you slow yourself down, get awareness on what you want. You can manifest everything this time of year, especially if you feel lonely, if you feel sad, if you don't have the finances to have the appropriate support. Please remember also that you're not alone, right? None of us are really alone from a quantum physics subconscious level. We're created by a creator to create. You're a spark of God, so you're never separate from God also. You're a spiritual being in a beautiful physical body. And the more that you can really focus on making the best out of all situations, being with yourself, and knowing that even if you're just with you, that you're a-okay, then the quicker things seem to manifest in our physical reality. So if you're feeling anxious about Christmas or about Valentine's Day or a birthday or about New Year's or anything, please know that your mental diet and adherence to getting what you want the way that you want it, I like to say, is how you get yourself there. All right. So I hope this video has helped you and give you just a little bit more support around the holidays, and helped you remember that your self-concept is also the basis of everything. I knew that I was forgetting something. This client mentioned frontal lobe thinking. So I wanted to go over that today, just as a bit of a hack and a reminder of how your thoughts create. So remember that you have your frontal lobe, which speaks to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind speaks to the frontal lobe of the brain. So your frontal lobe thinking is thinking thoughts, it's going to the back of the brain, it's going out into your reality. So think of other instances such as, I've used this in previous videos, If you want a Tesla and you think, I want a Tesla, I want a Tesla, I want a Tesla, it goes back to your reticular activating system. It gets sent out into your reality. And that's how it looks like it's a sign that you get a Tesla. It's not really a sign at all. It's a creational mechanism that you're always using. So it's the same thing with people. You think thoughts about them, it goes to the back of the brain, it goes out to them. And then that's how an action thought transmission works. And that's how your thoughts are overheard by other people. So this is not to overfunction and overthink on, oh, does he get that thought right away? Does she think that thought right away? Try not to let yourself go into that thinking, because you're overthinking the natural process of creation. Instead, just think that whatever you hold true in the front part of your mind duplicates out into reality. All right, you guys. So please use this information to go out there and have an awesome day. Make something awesome happen for yourself. Have a happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.